Hello everyone, welcome back to more Drops of Death. I believe you're on day 3, so Wednesday, and we're just gonna hop right into the story. Alright, Adrian. It's been over 24 hours and they still haven't found the culprit. Still, there haven't been any more murders since then. Maybe this isn't a serial killer. Maybe the culprit had a specific grudge against someone at the pool that day. Maybe I was only caught up in this by chance after all. Maybe the culprit doesn't see me as a threat. Perhaps. We still have no idea. Maybe I'll be fine. I don't think you're fine. In a load of ways, I definitely don't think you're fine. But, yeah, sure. Maybe you'll be fine. Ugh, I don't see how you survived accounting. It's not that bad once you sit down and work through it. Don't have software that can do all this stuff. You still should understand the basic principles.
No.
Yeah, no thanks. I'd rather just let the computer handle it. Be glad you don't have to take any programming classes. You drop out after the first day. Not a chance. He pouts and takes a bite from his spring roll. It does kind of look like this is like a new scenery. They're like in a... I think maybe they're in the school cafeteria? I don't know. This time jump has me a little bit confused. But I'm sure... I mean, the time jump from when she like ran away from the murderer to then talking to the detective greatly confused me, and it really shouldn't have, but whatever. I'll get it done, even if it's a waste of time. As long as it gets done in the end, I suppose it doesn't matter if you complain about it the entire time.
Are you okay?
So, how are things? I make a non-committal noise and take a bite of my own roll. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just don't go out at night and try to avoid being alone as much as possible. That's easy to say, but it's a lot harder in practice. It's not like I can call someone up whenever I want to step out of the apartment for a minute. Why not? Are you kidding? Once or twice might be fine, but eventually I'd just be a pest. Although personally, I'm hoping this all gets resolved before it comes to that. I don't relish living the rest of my life this way.
I'll protect you no matter what.
Aw, Edwin. Edwin. How did I just pronounce his name? Edwin. That's so nice. Crazy to think you might be the killer. Ooh, spooky. I had a thought and then I forgot it. What's my thought? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Alright. I wouldn't mind. You wouldn't. Trust me. Eventually I'd even start getting up on what? Words are failing me at this precise moment and I can't read. Oh my gosh. Okay. Rewind. Trust me. Eventually I'd even start getting on your nerves. Or are you thrilled by the idea of me calling you up for a trip to the gym? I feel like if it's going to get to that point or has to get to that point, you would be in witness protection. No? I don't really know how that would all work, but I feel like Adrian would need to be in witness protection if it was that bad. But also, they don't really know anything. Honestly, she should probably be in witness protection to begin with right now. No? I don't know. I'm a very paranoid person, if you couldn't tell. Anyways. You know, I was saying to myself just the other day that I should get back to working out. Since when have you worked out?
Huh?
I used to go to the gym at least once a week, thank you. Couldn't tell. Really? I had no idea. Well, I'd rather use the tiny gym at my apartment for now anyway. After what happened at the recreation center, I don't think I can handle going to a big gym. Ugh, again. At least not for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah! I stab a forkful of salad and have it part way to my mouth. When a group of campus and city police enters the dining hall, even with students milling about, they stand out. One or two campus officers walking around is normal enough. Sometimes they'll even have dogs, just taking them out for a walk around campus. It's less typical to see the city police here, though, and they walk with purpose. My heart leaps. I'm leaping too. What's going on? They're making it so obvious. They don't. They always make it kind of obvious. I'm thinking about it. But anyways, did they find the killer or coming to tell me? And are coming to tell me? See, last video, I was like, my voice was getting all dry and parched. In this video, my tongue's getting all tongue-tied. It's freaking annoying. Oh my gosh. Even as the possibility crosses my mind, my stomach twists. Singh probably would have called me if there was a breakthrough, and it wouldn't take this many officers to break the news. Yeah, you probably get called to the station, or I doubt he would just call you and then tell you over the phone. He'd definitely call you to come to the station. And Singh would also be with the officers, I feel like. Well, he might be with the officers. I don't know. We might just haven't seen him yet. Did something else happen? The officers weave their way past cafeteria tables until it's clear they're headed straight for ours. I look up with mingled hope, dread, and confusion. They stop by our table. Oh no. No. Edwin, no. Are you Edwin Anderson? What? Yes? What do you need? Oh no. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh my gosh. Edwin, no, you can't be it. He can be. I'm just kidding. I actually don't care. We have a few questions to ask you in regards to the deaths of 4 students Sunday night. Will you come with us? I got ahead of myself there. Sorry. Okay. Serious. Ring serious. Our friend is a suspect. Or maybe a witness. No, he's not a witness. A suspect. He's being called in for questioning. That's a big deal. And he's rich. Okay. Right? He's rich, isn't he? I don't know. Okay. Hold on. What is this all about?
What are you doing?
Are you running checks on all her friends? We just have a few questions for you, Mr. Anderson. Please come with us to the precinct. The silence is loud. Okay. We also need you to hand over your knife. Okay, look, I come from where I live, it is completely normal to have a pocket knife on you. But even then, you cannot have a knife on campus. And I'm assuming we're in the campus cafeteria. Edwin, why do you have a knife on campus? That's weird.
Huh?
A knife? Edwin owns a knife? You bet your booty he owns a knife, apparently. I'm shocked as you. Honestly, this guy doesn't give murder vibes. I know the murder is randomly selected, okay? But just his, I don't know, he has maybe he's baby boy enough to be a murderer, that he's just like more of like pathetic baby boy and not like sweet baby boy can cause no harm. But like, I don't know if any of that made sense. Anyways, I don't bring a knife to my classes, but you do bring a knife to the recreation center. You can search me if my word isn't good enough. That won't be necessary, as long as you cooperate.
Whatever.
Did you just say whatever? Okay. Fine. Edwin. Don't worry, this won't take long. I'll answer whatever questions they have and they'll realize I'm not involved. That's a very weird response to all of this. Honestly, if I was being suspected for a murder, for not only 4 murders, but something that hurt my friend, I'd be a little pissed and like try to show my friend like, I'm so sorry this is happening, like, the frick. I don't know. His reaction to the police wanting to take him in for questioning because they are clearly suspecting him. Kind of odd. Little oddball. Honestly, I wonder. I've been kind of having this thought. I wonder, since like, does the story change based on who's randomly selected at the beginning of this game, or does it remain the same no matter who's selected? I think it's the second, but I'm not entirely sure. I also haven't figured out who I want to romance because we're only on day 3. I don't know who I want to romance. Push my hair behind my ear. You know what I'm saying? Obviously I don't have a camera, so I had to tell y'all that I did that. Anyways. My heart thumps in my ears. The world is spinning. I can't believe the police want to question Edwin. They're treating him like a potential suspect, no less. I'm coming with you. What? Why? This isn't Edwin talking. This is me talking. Why? I would want to go with him too, but not to be all like, he didn't do it. To be like, oh my gosh, did you do it though? Okay. You can't accompany him into the interrogation room. I know. I'll wait in the lobby. Adrian. You'll get this all cleared up, and then we can walk back to campus together, alright? You want to walk back to campus with a potential suspect? I don't care if the suspect's your friend. I'm sorry, if I were in your shoes and I found out the potential suspect was my friend and that you were trying to kill me also? Absolutely not. I'm avoiding you.
Thanks.
Don't blush that hard. Stop it. I don't like you anymore. I didn't like you to begin with, for no reason at all. Now I have a reason, so I definitely don't like you. Anyways. Get into character. Even though I haven't really been in character this entire time. Okay. Thanks. I appreciate it. The officers look at one another and shrug. They would not shrug at this and say, fine. You kidding me? You kidding me? Get out of here. They'd be like, no, honey, you have to stay put. You can't come with him. As soon as we reach the station, the officers escort Edwin into the interrogation room. The lobby is much more crowded than it was on my previous visits. I'd never considered a police station to be a public place until now. I always thought I'd go my whole life without ever entering one. Numb, I sit down and watch people come and go. They said Edwin has a knife. I'm guessing they didn't mean a kitchen knife. Did they connect his knife to the crime somehow? Would that even be possible to trace back to him? I'm not entirely sure how one would connect a knife, not Unless, like, the knife was left at the crime scene and they found his fingerprints on it, then sure. And his fingerprints are in the system. But is there, like, another way other than that? I don't know. This can't be happening. Once again, I feel like I'm in a nightmare.
Hey there!
Oh my gosh, Fawn, get out of here. Fawn's voice makes me jump. Despite already startling me, she sidles my way as if trying to be covert. At this rate, we'll have to get you your own desk. I'd rather not become such a frequent guest here. Hey, it could lead to good things. There was this one murder case in the summer of '89 in New Hampshire, where a man's death led to his wife learning he was cheating on her. Where a man's death led to his wife learning he was cheating. Oh. Do we want to hear about it? I am intrigued, and we could gather evidence. Go on.
What are you talking about?
Right now, this doesn't sound like proof that frequent visits to a police station could lead to good things, but I'm curious about where Fawn is going with this. Learning what that meant she could Learning that meant she could move on without regrets. She bonded with her neighbor over it and they got married. And what does that have to do with me? Ooh, I'm in the dialogue, boy. The point is, you never know what might happen. This whole terrible incident could lead you to forging stronger bonds than ever before. Yeah, I just found out my bestie is a suspect, but sure. Yeah, totally. A lot of the cases I've looked at have had some, interesting turns. Reality really is stranger than fiction. That is true. So they say. Do they say that? I mean, I know I kind of agreed with that, but do they say that? I don't think they say that. I sigh and shake my head.
I can't believe this.
Right now, I wish this particular case would stop being so interesting. They've hauled in one of my friends for questioning.
Really?
Really? I know she said that, but let me say it. Really? You didn't know?
Nah.
Nope. Explains what got Nick so worked up, though. He got a report back from the lab and then started making phone calls. I figured it might be the big breakthrough he was looking for. I sure hope not. Not that I don't want this case wrapped up as quickly as possible, but Edwin? I just don't believe it. Did they arrest him?
No.
I don't think so. Just brought him in for questioning. Then I wouldn't worry too much yet. Unless they have decisive evidence, there are still a lot of possibilities. I clear my throat and search for a way to change the subject. You cover a lot of different unsolved crimes on your blog, right? Got any interesting, non-murder ones you'd like to share? Oh, there are so many. You should really check out my blog, you know. How can I even pick one to share when they're all so fascinating? I don't know. Like the one about a man who bled to death in a locked... Didn't we ask for non-murdered ones? Okay, anyways. Like the one about a man who bled to death in a locked hotel room after making a series of strange phone calls. Or a hiking group that ran away from their tent in the middle of winter and froze to death. And of course, they aren't all morbid. Like that guy who hijacked a plane and asked for millions before parachuting out. They never found him.
Yeah.
I've actually heard of that one. Big mysteries like that have been studied extensively. That's why I like to focus on ones closer to home. There's no shortage of unsolved cases either. How can a crime just go unsolved?
Theoretically.
It depends. If there's enough evidence to solve it and it still doesn't get solved, then it's usually the result of police incompetence. Should a junior detective really say things like that? Honestly, a lot of the things Vaughn says a junior detective should never say, but you know. Crime scenes getting contaminated, investigators not talking to all the witnesses, evidence getting lost. She shakes her head. But don't worry. Our county's clearance rate, meaning the rate that crimes are marked as solved, is higher than average. Your case also has a bit of media attention, so that will help. Thanks. Let's just hope this isn't one of those cases where there isn't enough evidence, then. A group of officers emerges from the hallway to the interrogation room, and I lift my head, but Edwin isn't with them. Hello? Why are you here? However, Natasha is. Okay, Natasha. Vaughn follows my gaze. That girl was a swimmer on the same team as the victims, but she left a month ago. There are rumors that they didn't leave on entirely good terms. Ooh. Yeah, I did a little research myself. Be careful around her, just in case. Natasha is already walking out the door. I'd sure like to talk to her again, but I did tell Edwin I'd wait for him. I was hoping to ask Singh for updates on the case too. Gosh, what's happening? Okay. I'm good. I'm not dying. I'm fine. Okay. We're staying right here. I don't really care that much about Natasha. I don't know. Maybe I don't see how I would have gotten more evidence from talking to her, but that felt more of a romance option. Get closer to her in that kind of way. Anyways. No, I should wait for Edwin. He needs me right now. Even if that means sitting here for another hour. So this friend of yours who was called in for questioning. Edwin? She tilts her head and squints at the ground. He's not a swimmer, is he? Definitely not. Does he belong to a fraternity? Yeah, why? Is that important?
Interesting.
I'm gonna go look something up, okay? Just sit tight. Oh, I don't like this. She's like meddling with the case, and I'm not entirely sure if I like that because it's giving insensitive and genuine kind of stuff. Like she's only in it because, not only will it boost her career, but it's just it's a hobby for her. It's nothing like Adrian, she's facing a bunch of PTSD now and dealing with so much, and yeah, I just feel like Vaughn is treating it like a game. Vaughn leaves in a hurry while I stare at her in confusion. Guess there's nothing to do but wait. At least I can get some homework done. Sometime later. Lowkey looking a little too happy over here, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you don't have to be mopey all the time, but you're just looking a little... I don't know, your bestie's in questioning right now because they suspect him, but whatever. There we go. Homework complete. I'm a little surprised that their questioning isn't over yet until I look at the clock. It's only been 15 minutes. Oh boy. This could be a long day. A familiar voice reaches my ears from down the hall. It's Vaughn talking to someone else. Is that Detective Singh? I glance around. No one is paying much attention to me, so I stand up and move closer to the hall. I strain to hear what they're saying. Correct. The serrated blade is what helped us identify the type of knife used. It has a specific cut to it. And that meant you could expand the scope of your search for witnesses. Exactly. Are they talking about the murder weapon? Serrated. So the killer used a blade with a jagged edge. Ow! Anyways. Wait a minute. And they think Edwin owns a knife like that? Is that... Oh gosh. I'm sorry. I'm dying over here. Wait a... Oh gosh, my throat keeps... Hold on, give me a second. I'm sorry everyone. My throat acting all goofy on me. It was like doing some weird tightening thing. Anyways. Wait a minute. And they think Edwin owns a knife like that? Is that what this is all about? The murder weapon hasn't been confirmed to belong to Edwin Anderson, though. True, multiple witnesses have testified to seeing him in possession of a decorative knife with a serrated edge that matches the description of the murder weapon, but we have yet to find the murder weapon itself. My stomach swoops and I feel as though the floor is falling away from under me. Multiple witnesses? No way. Why? Do you have a theory?
Yep.
Yes, there's something I want to look into. I should have all the information I need now. Thanks, Nick! If you have a breakthrough, do let the rest of us know. Vaughn's footsteps carry her further down the hallway, and a moment later I hear Singh approaching. I return to my seat, thoughts in a blur from what I just overheard. A moment later, Singh emerges into the lobby and his gaze lands on me. Adrian? You know you don't have to come by here every day, right? Rude. I can't even tell if he means that as a joke or if he honestly thinks I need to have that explained to me. I'm waiting for someone. He furrows his brow, but then the confusion clears from his face. Oh, right. The officers did mention something about you coming with the detainee. He's your classmate, right? Yes. Just a classmate or... Ooh. Technically he's our friend, but I'm gonna go with just a classmate. Just a classmate.
That's fair.
Oh, I see. His expression is unreadable, but a hint of frustration in his voice suggests he was hoping to learn something else from this conversation. Did I pick the wrong option? I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all have caught on, but I've already kind of landed on Detective Singh. Detective Singh, what is going on? Are there really witnesses who claim Edwin owns a knife that matches the murder weapon? Girl, why are you fessing up to overhearing their conversation? Honey. He raises his eyebrows. He sure did. Look at how high up those are. Eavesdropping on police business, are you? Sorry, I heard you and Vaughn talking and... I shake my head. I can't believe what I heard, though. So you don't know about your friend's knife?
No.
No, the first I've heard of it was today when the officers mentioned it. I suppose it wouldn't come up in casual conversation. Most people don't sit around discussing their weaponry. I'll say. No, I have a few more questions for you. About Edwin? Yes, how long have you known him? I guess it's been about 3 years now. We started talking as freshmen and eventually became friends. Now we hang out pretty regularly. What kind of activities does he do? Any sports? Clubs? He sometimes goes to parties or takes trips with his fraternity. I don't think he does anything sports related, although he mentioned that he used to go to the gym. Do you know where he was the night of the murders? All of these sound like questions he should have asked Edwin, not me. Unless he's trying to match up our answers. Yep. I don't know. His fraternity members might be able to tell you. Do you know any of them?
No.
Not personally.
That's fair.
That's fine. And don't worry, we'll release him soon. He's not the only suspect. Just one who has a bit more attention on him now. Is there anything else I can help with? Eager to get your friend cleared? Well, yes, but I'm also just worried. It feels like it's taking us forever to close this. Well, yes. Is that normal? Shouldn't you have more leads by now? He rubs his forehead. This would be a lot easier to explain in the crime lab than out here in the lobby, if you don't mind hearing descriptions of the crime scene, that is. The way he says that makes me think this conversation will be pleasant, no matter where we have it.
Hey there.
Oh good, you're still here! Vaughn pops up so suddenly I nearly jump out of my skin. Nick, what are you doing here? Just going over a few case details with Adrian. Perfect! Is it? I think I've had the breakthrough you were hoping for. Oh. There are rumors that a certain fraternity on campus gives its new inductees a gift to honor them for being selected for such a prestigious group. That gift happens to be a commemorative knife with a serrated blade.
Huh?
What?
This is just a theory, but...
Of course, it's all just rumors. You aren't officially allowed to have weapons like that on campus, so it has to be kept hush-hush. But it makes you think, doesn't it? If Edwin has that knife because of his fraternity, then every member is a suspect. It's not such darning evidence for him after all. I'd already begun investigating such angles, but it seems we'll need to look into the fraternity in more detail. Thank you, Fawn. She shrugs. Just doing my job. Of course, if you really wanted to thank me, you'd hang out with me somewhere other than the police station. Ooh. This isn't exactly the best atmosphere for making friends, you know. I laugh. She has a point. I'm about to head out for the day, so... Singh clears his throat. Adrian, if you'd like to visit the lab, I need to know now. Head out with Fawn, go to the lab with Singh, sit here and wait for Edwin. Go to the lab with Singh. I need evidence! Alright, the thought of hearing about the crime scene makes me feel queasy, but if it could help bring an end to this, I can't refuse. Sorry, Fawn, but Detective Singh wants to explain something to me at the lab. Oh? Don't let me get in the way of this high-stakes detective talk. She winks and Singh rolls his eyes. Follow me, Adrian. Right. Ooh, so nice. Kinda hurts. Anyways, my bad feeling worsens when we get to the lab and Singh pulls up a display of numerous photographs of the crime scene, along with data from tests they conducted. Unfortunately, there are no security cameras in the locker room, or the adjoining room, so we can't say for sure when the culprit went there. However, the security camera in the lobby showed the figure was covered from head to toe. We believe they were also wearing gloves. However, there were over 10 stab wounds total across all 4 victims. Stabbing someone involves a violent thrusting motion that typically causes the assailant's hand to slip forward, often leading to them cutting themselves on the blade. Additionally, the first victim had defensive wounds that suggest he fought back. However, there were no traces of blood from a fifth person.
Unfortunately.
From a fifth person. We couldn't find any other unidentified DNA at the scene either, although most people here won't have a criminal record and therefore are unlikely to be in the DNA index system. Sounds like the culprit planned it carefully. Yes, they were intent on hiding their identity. Most murderers are. Just saying. Anyways. Now you understand why it's taking so long. Yes. Not that I feel any better about it.
I apologize.
I'm sorry for unloading all of that on you. You probably don't like hearing about stuff like that. Does anyone? Let me make it up to you. Let's see. You like coffee, right? Oh, detective. Coffee? I'll make it up to you with coffee. Or hot chocolate, whichever you prefer. I'm a bit busy today, but I could do it tomorrow. That sounds lovely. After hearing all... wait. After hearing all of this, I certainly need something. Maybe around 10?
Yeah.
Sure. She said, yeah! Sure, that works for
I'll
me.
talk to you soon.
Great, I'll see you then. After talking to each other for a few more minutes, Singh escorts me out of the lab and back into the lobby so I can wait for Edwin. Thankfully, it doesn't too much longer for Edwin to finally be released from questioning. I wonder if Singh had something to do with it. Oh, he ain't grumpy, he mad. Regardless though, it seems all that time in that tiny room has taken a toll on Edwin. Not that I can blame him. I felt like sitting on pins and needles, and I was only sitting out here waiting for him. I can only imagine how grueling it was to be the one actually questioned. Edwin. Come on, let's get out of here. We leave the police station in silence. Edwin appears to be lost in thought. What can I even say to him right now? As I'm searching for a way to break the silence, he breaks it first.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, when you said you'd go with me, I didn't think it would take that long. You missed class because of me. Oh no! Class? Missed? Horror. It's almost... I think that might just be worse than my friend being a suspect of a murder. 4 murders, and hurting me, but... I don't know. I'm just kidding, sarcasm. Anyways, it's fine. I'm sure I didn't miss anything critical. Sure. Our walk continues in awkward silence as we get closer to the streets that lead to campus. This late in the day, it hardly seems worth it to go back. But if I say that out loud, Edwin might feel even worse than he does already. Did he ask you anything? The sudden question takes me by surprise. Coming out of nowhere like that, it's not clear what he's talking about. I give him a puzzled look.
Huh?
Who? His jaw clenches. That detective, Singh, he was talking to you, wasn't he? Oh, yes, he did ask me a few questions. About what? Everything, really. You, the fraternity, anything he thought could help the case, I guess. Edwin snorts. You mean anything that might help him pin this on me? Oh. See what I mean? Pathetic baby boy vibes. Okay, anyways. Now that's not fair. I know the police gave you a hard time today, but I don't think Detective Singh wants to pin the case on anyone. He wants to find the true culprit as much as we do. You think he's a great guy, huh? Pathetic baby boy. From the few times we've talked, yes. And here I thought you were a good judge of character. Did he do something to make you dislike him? Besides acting like I'm a murderer and giving me the 3rd degree? the third degree. What's that mean? Let's see. There's also the fact that he has no that he has no personality. The guy could be carved out of stone for all the emotion he shows. Bro. At least he's not a pathetic little baby boy.
Seriously?
Anyways. And yet, usually I say baby boy is like an endearing, complimenting term, but I do not mean it in this case. I would use a different term, but I'm not gonna use that one. Anyways, come on, he's not that bad. He might seem a bit standoffish at first, but he's always been polite enough to me. He even offered... I stopped myself, but it's too late. Offered? What did he offer? I rubbed the back of my neck. To take me to get coffee tomorrow morning.
Wait, what?
He what? There's nothing wrong with inviting someone out for coffee. Let me guess, you said yes, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Just yes, I did. Well, things certainly are progressing, aren't they? First, you were working together for the sake of the investigation. Now you're going on a coffee date. He emphasizes the word date, which makes the heat rush to my cheeks. I shake my head. Singh gave no indication he was thinking anything of the kind when he invited me. Don't make more out of this than it is. He just wanted to do something nice after he told me some of the gruesome aspects of the case. So he creeped you out with murder details and you still agreed to go out for coffee with him? He's a homicide detective. It's not like he can ignore the unpleasant parts of the case. Besides, he didn't spring it on me out of nowhere. I wanted to learn more to have a better understanding of what happened. And then he offered you coffee out of the goodness of his heart.
What are you talking about?
Yes. Why? What else could it be? Ulterior motives. Such as? If I need to explain what motive someone could have for inventing an excuse to invite you out for coffee, then you shouldn't be going on a coffee date with anyone. Gosh, Edwin. I roll my eyes. Oh, brother, relax. I'll be fine.
Whatever.
Fine. Do whatever you want. Have fun tomorrow. You're sad little guy. Anyway. His voice is colder than the chilly winter air around us. I rub the back of my neck. Thanks? It's late. We should probably go home. Right. Look, all I'm saying is if Edwin truly is the murderer, if he didn't want to murder me before, he 100% wants to murder me now. Anyways, could this get any more awkward? It could. It could definitely get more awkward. Edwin hails a cab for us, but we don't talk much during the ride. When we reach my apartment, even our goodbye is strained and stilted. Ew. Inside, I settle down on the couch and turn on the TV, more for background noise than to actually watch anything. I'll have to do my homework and catch up on the classes I missed, but right now I want to relax. I hope Edwin doesn't continue to make a big deal out of me talking to Singh. I can't ignore the lead detective on the case. I have to talk to him for the sake of the investigation. Besides that, he's not bad company. Ooh, he's not bad company? Okay. More importantly, there's no reason he and Edwin should be enemies unless Singh is innocent and he's a detective, a homicide detective at that, and Edwin is a murderer. Then absolutely there should be enemies. But anyways, I can't picture them becoming best friends, but it'd be nice if they at least got along. It would help the investigation go more smoothly too. The problem of getting Edwin and Sing to overcome their differences occupies my mind as I watch the TV without really seeing it. Sing will mistrust Edwin for as long as he's a suspect in the case, so it might be better to work this problem from the other end. Let's see, I could point out to Edwin that since I might be in danger, sticking close to a detective is the safest thing for me. Plus, I'm sure it won't be long before they can rule out Edwin as a suspect, and then there won't be so much tension between them. When I think about it like that, the problem doesn't seem that bad. At least not compared to other problems I'm facing, like the murder investigation itself. Hopefully all of these things can be resolved together. Who knows? Maybe they'll find the culprit tomorrow. The killer can't keep covering their tracks forever. Tomorrow is a new day. Oddly enough, I find myself looking forward to what it will... We're doing that over. Oh my gosh. Oddly enough, I find myself looking forward to what to what it will bring. Anyways. Day 4, Thursday. Wow. Day 4. Well, everyone, I think that's where we'll end today's episode of Drops of Death, Part 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a lovely vacation, and I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good evening. And God bless, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.